Hello, beauties. Today we are talking about whether or not you're parting your hair the right way. Have you ever had that moment of panic when your hairstylist asks you,
where do you part your hair?
And suddenly you second guess everything, wondering if you've been parting your hair wrong your entire life?
I don't know, where should I?
As a hairstylist of 18 years, I have seen this feeling on thousands of faces, and I am here to help you find out exactly what part suits you best. I'll show you the perfect part based not only on your face shape, but also your facial features and hairline to end the confusion once and for all. Ready to rock your best hair yet? Let's go. When it comes to haircuts, styling your hair, and where to part it, the first thing that most people go to consider is their face shape. And while face shape is something to know and understand, your actual facial proportions, your hairline, and your head shape play just as much of a role in determining whether a middle or side part suits you best. Your face is broken up into three sections. We have the upper third, which goes from your hairline to the middle of your brows, and then your middle third goes from the middle of your brows to the bottom of your nose, and then your lower third goes from your nose to your chin. Faces that have proportions that are close in length are typically felt to be the most appealing as they are well balanced. However, many faces with uneven proportions are just as beautiful, as everyone has their own unique look. So after you have figured out your facial proportions, you then want to take a good look at your hairline. Your hairline can greatly change the illusion of how big or small your forehead can appear. So let's take a look at Margot Robbie and Vanessa Hudgens to start our visual examples. While Margot Robbie is a square shape and Vanessa is a diamond, their proportions are actually quite even throughout their face with close to even symmetry, and both of them have about the same size of length through their forehead. However, their hairlines are drastically different. Margot Robbie has a solid square hairline that makes her forehead appear a little larger, and Vanessa Hudgens, with her hairline being narrow, it makes her forehead appear smaller. So even though she has length in the center, similar to Margot Robbie, her forehead as a whole looks a little smaller. So you want to really pay attention to how wide or narrow your hairline is when deciding on your part, and these two ladies are a great example of the two different ends of the spectrum. So with the natural width Margot Robbie has in her forehead and in her face, side parts keep her face quite open, and they actually enhance her square shape a bit, and the side part only enhances the natural width she has in her forehead. It sort of brings your eye directly to this area of her face. A middle part softens the width of her forehead by covering the sides of her face, and it adds a little bit more of an oval shape to her face entirely. The rest of her facial features, I think, pop a bit more compared to when she wears her hair parted to the side. Also, the straight line of a middle part gives the illusion of a little bit more length through her face. If you have a hairline and forehead proportion similar to Margot Robbie and you want to still show off your jawline, choosing to tuck your hair some behind your ear allows you to create just a slight angle in your forehead while minimizing the natural width you have, but you also get to show off the angles that you have in your jaw, which is a main feature of this type of face. The goal really with hair and your facial proportions is to keep things balanced. I always say this is just like a diet, right? We eat healthy and clean, but the wine and chocolate help keep us sane overall. Vanessa Hudgens, while her forehead is similar in length to Margot Robbie, because it is more narrow, the worry of her forehead looking too big is not much of a factor. Because of this, both middle and side parts work well for her. The narrowness keeps the angles moving through her face as her forehead doesn't get too wide. She often wears her hair with more volume in a side part, and one may argue that opting to have the hair angle across her forehead helps to keep it more angular and actually shorten the highest part of her forehead, where the picture in the middle, the volume brings the eye up directly above her highest point. So that comes down to personal preference. I think that she obviously looks great either way, and also opting for sleek styles parted down the middle or the side will work well for you. If you fall in line with proportions like hers, you have got options. But the most important thing I want you to remember though, when choosing your part, is that if you like how it looks, even though you've been told or the rules say otherwise, keep doing you. Confidence is key, and this video is meant to help you feel the best about yourself, to inspire you for when you want to switch things up. I don't want you to feel that you're doing something wrong. If you like how it looks and love how you feel wearing it, keep doing it. Let's take a look now at shapes that have a little bit more length to them than the other two ladies we just used as examples. Maggie Q falls into a more oblong category, and Kourtney Kardashian has a true heart shape. Both of these ladies have natural length to their face, but their proportions are a bit different. Maggie Q, her proportions are quite even in both her top and middle thirds, with her lower third, the chin area, being slightly shorter in length. Kourtney Kardashian has the most length through her chin, which is often common with heart shapes, and her forehead is actually the shortest length that she has through her entire face. The actual width of their forehead is similar, but the height that Maggie Q has in her forehead, it's a much more prominent feature within her face, and she also has width in her hairline. It is definitely not narrow. So if your shape and features are similar to hers, I actually think that your haircut tends to play a role here, as well to how you part your hair. When her hair is longer, whether it's parted down the middle or slightly to the side, the long length, it sort of just drags the eye down. It doesn't really minimize or enhance her shape, which could be seen as maintaining balance still through her face. And by all means, she and you, if you fall into this category, you still look lovely. However, when she has a little bit shorter length with layers and parting it off to the side, I really think that it just adds more of a pop to her overall look. Even with a little more length, a side part and layers just give more movement and texture to her hair, that it helps to balance her face a little bit. And I think that if you have a hairline and forehead similar to hers, bangs or a heavy face frame would be a great option. And I actually have a whole video on the best bangs for your face shape and proportions that I'll leave linked below for you to check out if you want even more inspo. So Kourtney's hairline has a slight point in the middle, so her outer corners have the most length to them compared to the middle of her forehead. Because of this, when she opts to wear a side part, it opens up her face more, allowing you to see more of her forehead, helping to balance out her proportions. Her lower third, it has that length to it more than the rest of her face. So the side part at the highest point of her forehead, it allows the top and lower sections to look a little bit more similar in length. When it's parted at the highest point, because her forehead is shorter overall, it works a little better compared to if you have both height and width in this area, like our Margot Robbie example we talked about earlier. So hopefully this makes sense to you, and be sure to share with me in the comments what part you think would work best for you and your gorgeous face. I love the added conversation that you bring to each and every video, so be sure to share, and I hope that I am explaining everything as best as I can to you guys for you to understand. So if you find your proportions are similar to Kourtney's, this isn't to say that a middle part won't work on you. She often wears her hair parted down the middle. There are tons of photos with her with it parted down the middle. A middle part does make her forehead appear a little bit shorter compared to a side part, as it's being split at that shortest point in her forehead. It closes off the width that is shown when she wears it to the side. Because she has natural length through her face as a whole, there is still balance. And another thing to consider with the middle part is that it does create that imaginary line that moves through your face, adding length. This is often why middle parts are suggested for wider, shorter shapes, because it gives the illusion of more length. With that being said, this imaginary line is more prominent in some more than others, and that is due to the actual shape of your head, which leads us into our final consideration for deciding on your part. How long or short your face appears can be affected what is called your cranial top. We are getting a little technical here. Your cranial top is the distance between the top of your head, so right in front of your crown, to your hairline. A high cranial top is when this distance is the same length or longer than the length of your top third, so your forehead area, the distance between your hairline and brows. A low cranial top is when the distance is shorter than the length of your top third. So Kourtney Kardashian has a high cranial top. Because of this, when she wears a middle part, it helps give the illusion of more length through her forehead, even though a middle part technically makes her forehead appear smaller. Over a side part, her high cranial top, it brings the eye up and then down through the rest of her face, so you aren't focused on her forehead because there is more for the eye to see. Jennifer Aniston is another example of a high cranial top, and I would say that it's probably one of the main reasons that she is constantly used as an inspo pic to show your stylist. The high cranial top is why she has what looks like effortless volume through her hair, because the eye is drawn up. It gives that fullness that people often want to see here. And she has this look whether she wears it to the side or down the middle. I think that her face is sort of a mix of shapes, so there's a whole lot for the eye to move around to. You don't get stuck looking at just one set area, but specifically her high cranial top adds more length through her entire face while adding the illusion of volume, which is why her hair and style is so beloved. Low cranial tops don't provide the same level of height or volume to the hair as high cranial tops do. Both Khloe Kardashian and Olivia Cooke, any Greens fans here at all? No? You'll get that reference if you watch House of Dragon. Both of these ladies would be considered to have low cranial tops, with Khloe's being just a little bit higher than Olivia's. Low cranial tops create a more flat appearance through the top of your head, and when the hair is worn down the middle in a more sleek style, it really sort of brings all the attention in on your face. Not to say that that is bad, but it overall leaves less balance and less for the eye to move around to. The face can almost appear bigger than what it actually is. When wearing a side part, it gives instant volume to the top of your head, adding to the illusion of a little bit more length. It also creates more movement with the eye as it moves down the face because of that slight angle that the side part creates. If your shape and features are similar to Olivia Cooke's, opting for a curtain style bang can help add angles to your naturally wide forehead, and choosing to wear the hair up with more volume through the top helps to give you appearance of more length through your whole head that then goes down into the rest of your face. So here you can see a visual difference if you have a lower cranial top, how you can style your hair to create the illusion of more length through your face to help add more movement with the eye. I would love to dive deeper into this topic, so be sure to let me know in the comments if that is a video that you guys want to see to touch on this more, because I could go on all day about it. I find it fascinating. Regardless though of your head shape, face shape, or prominent features, you need to always remember that when you look and feel confident in yourself, that is always going to be the best way to wear your hair regardless of where you part it. I hope I was able to help give you a better understanding of what you think will look best on you and help give you the confidence to feel your best self. If you want to hear more about what type of bangs work best for your facial features, be sure to check out this video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.